Namaskar. This video is about the credit control measures adopted by Reserve Bank of India. The lecture is divided into two videos. In the first video, we will be discussing about the meaning, objectives and the qualitative measures of the credit control, and in the second video, we will be discussing about the quantitative measures. Now, let us discuss one by one about all about these credit control measures. Now, now the meaning of credit control. Credit control is most important function of Reserve Bank of India to control demand and supply of money in the economy and flow of credit as well. Credit control in the economy is required for smooth functioning of economy. By using credit control methods, RBI tries to maintain monetary stability. These are the tools for managing liquidity in the economy. Now let's come to the objectives of credit control. These objectives are basically designed to know why RBI need to control credit. So the first objective is to control internal price stability. The commercial bank can create credit because their main task is borrowing and lending. They create credit without any increase in cash with them. This leads to increase in purchasing power of many people, which may lead to an increase in the prices. The central bank applies its credit control to bring about a proper adjustment between the supply of credit and measures required to that effect in the country concerned. This helps in keeping the price stable without control. Next objective is to achieve financial stability, that is stability of the money market. To achieve this objective, central bank should neutralize seasonal variation in demand for funds. It should, for example, provide extra credit in times of emergencies. In fact, the control on credit should be exercised by central bank in such a manner as to bring about an equilibrium in the demand and supply of money at all the times. Next is to achieve stability in foreign exchange rate. This is also an important objective of credit control. Credit control measures certainly influence the price level in the country. The internal price level affects the volume of export and imports of the country, which may bring fluctuations in foreign exchange rates. While using any measure of credit control, it should be ensured that there will be no violent fluctuation in the exchange rates. Next is to meet the financial requirement during slump in the economy. The operation of trade cycles causes instability in the country. So the objective of credit control should be to reduce uncertainties caused by these cycles. The central bank adjusts the operation of the trade cycle by increasing or decreasing the volume of credit. Next is to maximize income, output and employment in the economy. Credit control tools of RBI facilitate in increasing or decreasing the supply of money in the economy, thereby increasing investment, generating business opportunities, increasing output and the level of employment. Next is to promote economic growth and development of the country. The objective of credit control policy in backward and underdeveloped countries should be to promote economic growth within the shortest possible time. Generally speaking, the economic development in these countries is related on account of lack of financial resources. Hence, the central bank in these countries often try to solve the problem of financial stringency through planned expansion of bank credit. And last but not the least, to regulate and expand banking. RBI regulates the banking system of economy RBI has expanded banking to all parts of the country. Though monetary policy, through monetary policy, RBI issues directive to different banks for setting up rural branches for promoting agricultural credit. Beside it, government has also set up cooperative banks and regional rural banks. All this has expanded banking in all parts of the country. Now the credit control measures. The various methods employed by RBI to control credit creation power of commercial bank can be classified in two groups: qualitative and quantitative. Quantitative controls are designed to regulate the volume of credit created by the banking system, and the qualitative measures or the selective measures are designed to regulate the flow of credit in specific uses. Qualitative, in this video we are going to discuss the qualitative measures only. These include credit rationing, consumer credit control, margin requirement, moral suasion, and direct action. So first is the margin requirement. Margin requirement was introduced for the first time in India in 1956. The term margin denotes that part of loan amount which cannot be borrowed from bank. Hence, this portion of finance is to be compulsorily brought by borrower from own source. With higher margin, a borrower can get less credit from bank against a certain quantity of stock and thus can finance only smaller part of it through bank finance. Moreover, different margins may be prescribed for different types of borrowers against the security of same commodity. A higher margin is generally fixed for those borrowers whose need for credit is not so urgent, or larger flow of credit to whom is likely to aggravate the price situation. For example, minimum margin were prescribed for advances against food, grains, pulses, oil seeds at 45% for processing units or mills, and against warehouse receipt, and at 60% for the others. RBI has power to vary the margin requirement depending upon the business condition prevailing in the country. Now, how margin requirement work during inflation and deflation? During inflation, with a view to control credit, RBI raises the margin, and during deflation, RBI lowers the margin to expand the credit. Second credit control measure is credit rationing. Credit rationing is controlling the amount of credit available for certain industrial sectors in order to ensure that all sectors get adequate credit amount. Under this method, RBI fixes ceiling. Ceiling means the maximum limit on the loans and advances for specific categories which the commercial bank cannot exceed. Credit rationing is often applied in the situations where there is shortage of institutional credit available for the business sector. The big and financially strong institutes try to capture a larger portion of institutional credit, as a result of which the priority sector, often the weaker but essential industries, are deprived of necessary funds, mainly because the bank credit is given to non-priority sector. In order to control this situation, the central bank resort to credit rationing measures. Typically, three measures are adopted by Reserve Bank of India. First is imposing an upper limit on the credit available to the big firms or industries. Second is charging a higher and progressive interest rate on the loan amount after a certain limit. And thirdly, offering credit to weaker sections or the weaker sector at lower internal rates. Now the consumer credit. Regulation of consumer credit is designed to check the flow of credit for consumer durable goods. This can be done by regulating the total volume of credit that may be extended or for purchasing specific durable goods, and regulating the number of installments through which such loans can be spread. Central bank uses this method to restrict or liberalize loan conditions accordingly to stabilize the economy. Next method is moral suasion. Moral suasion is a method by which RBI pursues and convinces the commercial bank to undertake certain actions which are in the economic interest of the country. Under this method, RBI requests and pursues the commercial bank to work in cooperation with central bank in implementing its credit and monetary policy. And the last method is the direct action. This step is taken by Reserve Bank of India against banks that don't fulfill conditions and requirements. RBI may refuse to rediscount their papers, or may give excess credit or charge a penal rate of interest over and above the bank rate for credit demanded beyond a limit. So these are all about the qualitative measures adopted by Reserve Bank of India. Apart from regulating the flow of credit through qualitative measures, RBI also employ quantitative measures to control the volume of credit. Do you know about these quantitative measures?